This is just embarrassing, okay? So let's explain what happened, really. Hey everyone, so I just made a video. I just recorded a video right now explaining my DMs that took place between me and the scammer. So yeah, obviously I was disappointed, but you know what? I have to learn from my mistakes. The best thing to do right now is learn from my horrible mistakes. So you know what? We are just going to go on ranting about this for a while. So I recorded the video. I have to edit the video because the video does show a couple of screenshots that are private, so I can't. I have to like censor those stuff. You know, very sensitive information that I should have never shared. My bad. But honestly, this guy, I'm sure it's not just one person. I assume it could be a group of people because sometimes scammers operate in groups. So I don't think it's just one person. It could be like 20, 30, 40 people. I also don't think I'm the only one who got scammed. Maybe there will be, one hacked account promoting scams to like maybe 1,000 people. I don't know. I don't know how many people the hacked account followed at the time to promote the scam. So yeah, I'm sure there's like hundreds of people and maybe a few suckers like me. Anyways, I have to say that um, I have to say that I am really disappointed in myself constantly because I just feel that way, and hopefully hopefully things do cheer up as the days go by. So yeah, so anyways, so let me just draw up my plan for the future. So I want to publish around 3 books. I know one of these books will be extremely tiny, like just really tiny, just to have like low amount of words to easily publish, to easily send as a manuscript because it's cheaper. But also, I can use my first book I publish as a way to publish more books, so whatever money I earn from the smallest book, I can use it to promote my previous, well, not previous books, but like the forthcoming books. Some of these books I've been working on for some time, so it makes sense. But the only problem is these books have a large word count, and it costs a lot of money to edit these books with large word counts. So the best thing, obviously, is to make a small book, publish that, use that as a chain reaction to publish more books, which is great. So right now, I would like to only publish one book in one format, which is physical, and it should be paperback, hardback. Right now, I'm not interested until I actually make some money because it costs a lot of money to actually get proof copies. And the proof copies you have to send to the National Library, which, oh boy, that's going to be really, really pricey. So, yeah, uh, that's my plan, really, to set up a chain reaction. And once that's over, I'll be able to just continue making large books. Once in a while, I'll have small books. And if I can make enough money, I'll be able to publish soft cover and hardcover books. And I want to give my covers extremely different looks. I want the hardcover to look different and the paperback to look different. Because I like things to be different and I don't want to spoil anything on the covers. For me, I feel like cover pages are really good and we just can't spoil everything. It's an art form that I want to show, but not tell too much. I want to provoke some kind of feeling. When you pick up the book, you should really have this feeling. If it's a horror book, you should feel terrified. If it's like a fantasy book, a children's fantasy, you should feel completely astonished. You should feel eager to open the book and read what's going on. So when I was small, I used to read a lot of books, but my favorite type of books were the ones with really beautiful covers because it made you want to open them. So covers do matter, and titles too. So the thing about titles is I don't want to use stereotypical titles. So sometimes my titles will be a bit odd, but I hope it's odd enough and unique enough in a way to get a bunch of people to purchase the books. So yeah. So obviously my plan currently is right now to make as much ad revenue as possible so I can then start publishing my books. But yeah, I have some really cool concepts, some really cool ideas. And some of my ideas take massive inspiration from really old cartoons and really old stories. And sometimes I take inspiration from my real life. You know, growing up, I had a very, very bizarre childhood. There were moments in my childhood where I had such a massive nosebleed in school, and I was so young at the time that um, blood was just dripping on my shirt, so I didn't know how to conceal the blood. Uh, so I never had a nosebleed in school before. So after that, um, like almost the entire school was surrounding me because um, I'm sure they must have thought something happened to me, but no, it was just a nosebleed. You know, I had embarrassing moments like that. I had some horrible moments growing up, so I want to use those moments as well to really inspire my work. So sometimes you'll have a small section in a story that's taken from my life or maybe my family life because they told me a lot of stories. You know, my parents are really old and they lived through a lot. So it's easy for me to just take from them to take a lot of inspiration. Um, but yeah, so far I'm just gonna try my best to make as much as I can with many channels as I can and then start publishing. It's for the best. It is for the best to only start doing that. I wish I actually did this earlier, but I was putting aside YouTube because I felt like YouTube was just too distracting. And it is kind of distracting in some ways because you have to edit videos, you have to do all of these things, and it's just so time consuming. You don't want to waste time doing that. Um, so, anyways, um, anyways, out of all the ideas I have, the first few books I will publish will be a children's book, a, a book for young adults, and um, you could say another children's book, but my children's books aren't for like 1 years and 2 year old children. I just can't write for them. You know, my stories will have too many words, and sometimes they may be like moments where only when you're older you can understand. So I don't want to bore children, you know. So it's best to say like older children. For adult content as well, you know, I have so many cool concepts for like satire. Unfortunately, those books have to wait. Those books have to wait a long time because they should not be coming out now. Um, I really need to just secure some funds. Then I can make a couple of satire works. Um, so yeah, I have a lot to do really. So anyways, I did make a video about what's going on, what happened yesterday, and I will try and update you guys if I can, because yesterday I phoned the bank and I opened up a case. So I even have a case number that I have to get a report, or I can use it if I phone them. And well, that's if 6 days have passed. They will phone me within 6 days. So I don't think they can do anything because a third party app was involved, but hopefully something can come out of it because I was completely scammed, and I would have never done that if I was just slightly smarter. Um, so yeah, feeling scammed is the worst. Being scammed is the worst thing ever. Well, currently, I don't know. I'm sure there's more worse things than being scammed. Um, but I just feel so hurt. Now, okay, so when I phoned the bank yesterday, they told me that my card that I use, the checking card I use for almost everything, the physical card, I have to renew the card. So what happened was I couldn't hear that much what the call lady was saying, what this person was saying, because um, I was using my mother's phone. Okay, let me explain. With the last amount of money I had left, I bought airtime so I can phone the call center. But instead, I mistakenly recharged my mother's phone. So I use her phone to make the calls, and it's so difficult because she has that old phone. You know those old phone, the non-touchscreen phones with buttons, those phones. You know, I had to use that, and it was so difficult to understand what this person was saying, as well. Um, but thankfully, she understood what I was saying, and um, it's really unfortunate that um, things happened, but there you go. So I was told about my card that I have to change it. So right now my bank account, my online bank account is actually limited. I can't do anything with it. I'm assuming it's because they actually are doing something with the account. They are checking for fraud and stuff like that. They are investigating. But I also got a brand new card. They actually ordered me a brand new card as well, which is kind of cool. So I don't know what I can do with my old card if it's still even usable, but I got a new physical card, and this physical card, for some reason, yesterday it had a timeline on the app of when it's getting ready, but then today when I click, it doesn't say anything about the timeline. It says the card is active. I don't have the card yet. I'm thinking it's going to be delivered to my branch, or it's going to be delivered to me personally, which that would be cool too, but I feel like they're going to deliver it to my branch. Um, so there's that. So I'm gonna wait for 6 days, and if 6 days pass and no call from the bank, I will have to phone them back and ask them about my case. I'll also ask them about fixing my account, because I want to see my I want to see my account again. Right now I can't see anything on my account because it's limited, but hopefully they can reverse all of the stuff after this, and I'll ask them when I'm getting my card back as well, my new card. I'll have to ask them that, because sometimes it may take a week, 2 weeks. So hopefully that's cool. And besides, I was going to renew my card anyways this year because my card expires this year. So, anyways, have a wonderful day. Um, Bye.